everyone, welcome back to the Polyglot grind again as always. And as you guys can all see, there's graffiti. There's graffiti. I'm probably gonna look like I'm insane to anybody walking by up there because they're not gonna be able to see the camera, so it's probably gonna look like I'm talking to a wall right now. But anyway, you guys know I like to push my comfort zone and everything. And this video is gonna be about abundance mindset, scarcity mindset, and then the middle ground between the two, and how finding that middle ground should hopefully make you more happy in general in life. So first I'm going to explain what abundance mindset is. Actually no, I'm going to start with scarcity mindset. So first I'm going to explain what scarcity mindset is, and that's going to be easier because that's what I live most of my life in. And then I'm going to explain what abundance mindset is, and then after that I'm going to explain what the middle ground is between the two and how you can find it and why it should make you more happy in general. So as you guys all know, I always make disclaimers before I start my videos. So the disclaimer in this video is going to be I'm not promising this is going to work. This is what works for me, and I'm going to use a lot of my personal experiences and everything. They're not all going to be my personal experiences. Some of these will be other people's personal experiences, but I try to talk about stuff that relates to me, and I try to talk about stuff that I've done and what has worked for me. So I'm not going to promise that this is going to work for everybody, but this is what works for me. So I'm just sharing what works for me with you guys in the hopes that it can hopefully help you guys too. So as I said, I'm going to start with scarcity mindset. Alright, so scarcity mindset manifests itself in many different ways, but for this video, and because I don't have all the time in the world, I'm going to use friendships, jobs, and relationships, and also travel, I guess, for as examples for this video. So an example of scarcity mindset, and as soon as I explain what this is, I feel like everyone's going to be able to relate to this because I feel like everybody is either in a scarcity mindset or has been in a scarcity mindset or will be in a scarcity mindset at least at some point in their lives. So a scarcity mindset, when you're in one, at least when you're in scarcity mindset, that means that you believe that what you have in that given moment is the best that you'll ever have, and you never try to strive for more because you almost feel hopeless. It's almost like, why would I bother because I can't do better? So you just stay stagnant, and so for example, like you could stay in a bad relationship because you feel like you can't do better, or you could keep toxic friends around because you believe that you can't find better friends. You could stay at a terrible job because you're too scared to try and find a better job, or there's many other examples. But I'm going to start with the relationship one. So I feel like a lot of people have either been in this situation or know somebody that's been in this situation. Somebody who's in a bad relationship, and everybody can see that it's toxic, and everybody can see that that person should not be in that relationship. I'm talking about girls and guys. They, like, you can all see that that person should not be in that relationship, but that person stays in that relationship, and then everybody always wonders, like, why don't they just leave? Why don't they just find somebody better? It's because in their mind, they're living in a scarcity mindset. They believe that that's the best they can ever do. So it's almost like, what's the point of even trying to find something else, because that's the best relationship you will ever have? Why would you search for a better relationship when the relationship you have right now, despite the fact that it's a bad relationship, is the best relationship you'll ever have? There's no point in looking for something better when that's the best you can have, because they have a scarcity mindset. So they don't even bother to try. And the same thing goes for toxic friends. I've seen a lot of people that have toxic friends. Like, I've had toxic friends at points. Everybody has had toxic friends at some point in their lives. And just like with the relationships, some of your friends might come to you and be like, well, why are you friends with that person? Like, that person's just bringing you down. They're a bad person. They're negative. And the list goes on. And you may even feel that this person is a negative person, but because you're in a scarcity mindset and you believe that you can't find better friends, or you won't find better friends, or that nobody will like you and stuff like that, whatever excuse you give yourself, you don't cut off the negative people and you stay friends with them despite the fact that they're bringing you down. You stay friends with them because you believe that you cannot do better. And that is scarcity mindset. It's because obviously you can find better friends, you can meet new people, but if you don't believe that you can, if you believe that the friends that you have right now are the best friends that you will ever have, despite the fact that they're bringing you down, why would you look for more? It doesn't make sense. in a scarcity mindset. It makes sense when you have an abundance mindset, but if you have a scarcity mindset, it's not going to make sense. And then the same thing goes for jobs. If you have a job that you don't like, and the job is draining your energy, it's just bringing you down, it's a horrible job and you hate it and you want to find another job, but you don't believe that you can find a better job, why would you leave? Obviously you're going to stay in the bad job, because if you believe that that's the best job that you can have, why leave? Because if you're in a scarcity mindset, any other job is going to be just as bad as that one, because that's the best job you can get. Actually, no, any other job will not be better than that job. Any other job will be worse in that mindset, because if you believe that's the best job you can have, even though it sucks, you're not going to look for another job, because what's the point? And I'm going to give an example of something that happened to me. So when I was younger, at one of my jobs, they were opening up another store in British Columbia, and then the manager came to me and he was like, "Cole, do you want to go?" And I said no, because I was scared. I didn't know all these techniques and stuff back then. I hadn't developed all this stuff yet, so I was scared, so I said no. And then for years after that, I beat myself up about not taking that opportunity, because from what the manager said, accommodation would have been paid for, I think food would have been paid for, the flight would have been paid for. The only thing that I would have had to pay for would have been like if I decided to just like go into the city and just do stuff like that, or just like do like recreational fun stuff. Those would have been the only things that I had to pay for. And I said no because I was scared. And then, like I was saying, like I beat myself up for years because I was in a scarcity mindset. I believed that another opportunity like that would never come around again. So I just beat myself up about it, and I felt terrible because I was like, I gave up that opportunity, another one will never come. But that was obviously not true, because I was able to go to Europe a little while ago, as you guys all know, and that was way better than the experience a couple years ago would have been. So there are other opportunities. So that is what scarcity mindset is. Now that I've explained what scarcity mindset is, I'm going to explain what abundance mindset is, and how extreme forms of abundance mindset can also be toxic and are not conducive to being happy in life. So if I go back to the same examples that I used to explain what scarcity mindset is, you can twist those and apply abundance mindset to those, and they can still be toxic. So for example, the relationship example, I feel like everyone has either been in this position or knows someone who is in this position. People who have extreme abundance mindset and apply it to relationships are the people that never settle ever. They're always looking for something better because they believe that they can always do better. These are the people that they'll get into relationships, or like they'll start dating or whatever, and then their partner, and once again this applies to guys and girls, their partner will make one mistake, or will have one argument or whatever, one disagreement, and they're gone. It's because they always believe that they can do better, so they're going to always keep searching, and they never settle ever. And in theory, that could seem like a good thing. You're not happy, so move on. But the thing is, if you always believe that you can do better, then you will never ever settle, which will make you unhappy, because you'll always be searching for better and for better and for better and for better and for better, and you'll never stop, which it's not good. And then you can apply the same thing to friends. And then I'm going to use another personal example from my life, because around the same time that I started going to language exchanges, I was just trying to learn what abundance mindset was and everything, and I was just trying to learn to push my comfort zone and everything. So I remember I'd go to language exchanges and I'd meet interesting people. I'd make a lot of like cool friends and everything at these language exchanges, but I would kind of neglect them because I believed that I could always do better. I wasn't doing it on purpose. It was just kind of like I would go, I'd meet cool people, and then we'd have really interesting conversations. They'd be really cool people. But then the next week I would come back and I would see the people from the following week, but I would kind of neglect them because I wanted to talk to like more new people, and I wanted to see what these new people could like bring to my life, which sounds good in theory, but then you're always like, I was neglecting the people that I met before. Like, these people were really cool people, and I was neglecting them because I always believed that I could find people that were even more interesting. And I feel like I missed out on a lot of interesting friendships because I feel like I didn't really apply this to like to my friend groups outside of language exchanges, but I just feel like I could have made a lot more interesting friendships within these language exchanges if I hadn't always been on the search for better or more interesting and so on. And then the same thing can apply to jobs. So just like with scarcity mindset, abundance and an extreme version of abundance mindset can be bad for jobs. People who practice an extreme version of abundance mindset when it comes to jobs are the people that will never settle for a job ever. They're the people that will have one difficult day at their job and then they'll just quit and go find another job. And once again, in theory, that can seem good. If you're not happy with your job and you have the ability to find another job, then by all means go and find another job. But the thing is, there are times that you're just gonna have to push through difficult days. Like life is not always easy. Work is not always easy. So you can't always just quit and just always choose the easy route whenever it gets difficult. And these people are always searching for better jobs, always. It never stops because they know that they can find better, so they're just always searching for better. But the thing is, no job is perfect, so they'll be searching forever. Doesn't matter what job they find, that job will always provide challenges. And if they're going to quit whenever they're faced with challenges, they'll be searching for jobs forever. They'll never settle. So that is what abundance mindset is, or rather, an extreme version of abundance mindset. And now I'm going to explain what the middle ground is, and how you can find it, and how you can apply it to your life, and how it's beneficial. So the middle ground between the two, scarcity mindset and abundance mindset, is for example, I'm going to go back to the relationship example again because that's what I use this as an example for both. So people who practice a healthy amount of abundance mindset and scarcity mindset are the people that are in relationships because they want to be, not because they feel like they have to be, and not because they feel like they can't do better, so they're just settling. They're together because they want to be. So if the relationship is not beneficial to both parties, then they'd obviously have to part ways because it's not beneficial to both of them, and they both are aware of the fact that they can always do better, but they're choosing to be with each other because they want to be. So it's abundance and scarcity. And then if I go to the example with friends again, you meet some cool people and you end up becoming friends, and the friendship is beneficial to both of you, then by all means stay friends. But always remember the fact that you can find new friends and they can find new friends if the friendship ever becomes toxic. Don't stay with those friends because you believe that you can't find better friends. And do not stay with those friends if those friends become toxic. That does not benefit anyone. Having toxic friendships does not benefit anyone. So go and cultivate friendships, meet new people, make friendships, but if the friendships become toxic, then find other friends because it is not beneficial to anyone. And then the middle ground when it comes to work. Go out and try and find a job that you like. Obviously that is easier said than done. That is easier said than done, and we all know that. But once you find a job, don't just quit when you have a difficult day. Always be aware of the fact that you can find another job if you need to, or at least try to find a better job. But don't just quit because you had a difficult day. If you have a difficult day, push through it. But if the job starts draining your life and it's just horrible and you hate it and it's making you depressed, then by all means find a different job. Just remember that you can find another job. Just because you can find another job doesn't mean that you should just because you had one bad day. And this applies to all of these. Just because you can find a better partner does not mean that you should leave like a good relationship to go and keep searching for better. Just because you have friends does not mean that you should neglect them and try and find even better friends. If you're good friends, just stay friends. But if it's toxic, leave. And just because you have a bad day at your job does not mean that you should quit and go and find another better job. Just push through it. But as I said, if it starts draining your energy and it's just horrible, then remember that you can find another job, and then go and find another job if you feel like that's the correct course of action. So that was the video. I really hope that made sense. I'm not the best at explaining this stuff to cameras. I'm better at explaining this stuff like more one-on-one. When I set the camera up and then try and talk to it, I don't know, I always just feel like everything I just like kind of forget everything. Like it makes sense in my head and I can explain it to someone when I'm actually talking to them and have it make sense. But then when I try and say it to a camera, I just feel like some of it gets lost. But anyway, I hope you guys were able to understand all of that. I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps people. If this helps you or anybody else, please share and like the video and subscribe. And yeah, have a good day and keep pushing your boundaries.